Welcome everyone to another movie of the month.
Kampai.
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 As as you can probably tell, we are speaking Japanese, which means we're tapping into an Japanese anime movie.
Welcome to our Japanese movie of the month club. It seems at this point. God damn.
Was this like the third?
This is our third. Yep.
We had two animes and one live action.
We did the Ghibli movie and Shoplifters.
Yes.
I think for the next month at least, we're gonna stay away. For the next 3 months, I feel like we should stay away from animes.
I mean, hey, it's whatever the randomizer chooses, you know.
Okay, fair point.
But if it does choose another anime sometime soon, I say we roll again because we need to mix it up.
I completely agree. What did we watch this month?
This month we watched Weathering with You. Sorry, the sake's already kicking in. Also, yes, we are drinking, both having our sake here. I've got a little Tozai flavored, Tozai is the brand, I think. Little bottle of sake here that I'm finishing off. What brand you got, Doug?
I have, I know I'm gonna flub this name, Gekikan?
See, you haven't been watching enough anime, that's your problem.
What is it?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Gekikan, the finest sake, it's called.
Alright, well, the Gekikan finest sake it is. This month we watched Weathering with You, which is another movie,
of course.
directed by Makoto Shinkai. Hopefully you guys watching might know his other works, like 5 centimeters per second, The Garden of Words, and Your Name. Most famously, Your Name. Well, Your Name's the most famous one, and also the most famous one that Doug's never seen. He's never seen any of them, but specifically Your Name. I gave him the opportunity to watch it. We've gone over this countless of times.
God damn it.
Once you got the drinks flowing, I'm not going to stop pissing him about that.
Alright, you want to give people the story at least?
I'm not going to give them the story. Go watch our other episodes for that. But one thing I do want to mention is that I do have to pick up my copy of Your Name from Ale, because it's been 2 years and he still hasn't watched it either. But anywho,
you had a chance?
Yes.
You had a chance not too long ago.
Yes. Before I hop into that, though, one thing I did, like one quick news thing that I wanted to share with you, Doug, which I found interesting.
Sure.
Is that the Justice Department is worried about an anime monopoly. All right. So
Go ahead.
Wait a second. Explain why you're laughing first.
It just seems like, just from you saying it, it just sounds like one of those sentences that you never thought you would hear in your life.
Okay, so let me explain to you. Let me explain to you like the situation. All right. So
Jesus Christ.
I know this thing is like 15% alcohol, man. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right. Anyway, this thing's 15% alcohol, so it gets. Oh shit. Okay, it gets me going. Good thing I had the cap on. All right. So anywho, in America, North America, in the world basically, there's like a couple players in the anime space, alright? There's Crunchyroll, Funimation, Netflix, Amazon. There was another company, High Dive, that got bought out by Amazon, if I remember that correctly. Hold on. Sorry, it was some car stuff. Sure. Anywho, so where was I? Oh yeah, four major companies in the anime space in North America, which is like one of the largest markets outside of Japan, right?
Yeah.
So, of those four, the two biggest by far are Crunchyroll and Funimation. Funimation does the most dubs out of everybody. They also license like the most popular shows, so Attack on Titan, My Hero, Dragon Ball Z, countless other like huge shows that they have, like Yu Yu Hakusho. Anywho, then you have Crunchyroll that literally takes like anything being made and puts it on their platform because they could just easily subtitle it. They don't have to do the voices, right?
Okay.
So
Crunchyroll is just pure subtitle stuff, right?
yes, Crunchyroll's pure sub. Funimation is mostly dub, but they also do some subtitles. Like you could choose between, but it's their products heavily dubbed, right?
Yeah, I imagine the big appeal is the dub stuff.
Right. Especially, like people in our age range. Well, now it's kind of like 50-50, but for the longest time, the only thing you could ever watch was the dub. Right?
Yeah. Right.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, a few years ago, Sony bought Funimation, right? So they have control of like the dub market over here, right? And especially with their connection being a Japanese companies like doing work with other Japanese companies. So, Funimation was getting a whole bunch of stuff. But now, Sony also bought Crunchyroll. And the Justice Department was like, alright, that's cool. Right? So, the Justice Department greenlit both of them already. But now, Sony wants to put them together. Right?
Yeah, of course, as you would, yeah.
Yes. This is, like, after I heard this news, thankfully my renewal for Crunchyroll is coming up, like a month or so after this news. So I stopped that. Because I saw this thing coming from a mile away. I was like, all right, if Sony's buying these two, they're not just going to keep them separate. They're going to merge this.
Yeah, of course.
And
I could mix both of them together, yeah.
And I don't want to lose half of my subscription, you feel me? So, yeah. Yeah. So, Sony owns more than half of the anime coming out now. But
well, at least they own they own like the majority of the good anime coming out now?
Basically all of it.
Or like the top tier ones, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Hold on.
So let's get into the movie hose.
Yes. So sorry for deviating so much, but I thought this was such a funny topic to bring up, and the way I brought it up, I'm glad it made you laugh.
Yeah, no, it was definitely worth it.
Weathering with you. Let me bring this over. Boom.
Let me see. If I remember right, I watched this Saturday night. I watched this. I was watching another movie because I started watching all the Oscar movies just to kind of start. And then I remember it was like 12 o'clock midnight. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch this one too. I might as well just get it out the way now. And boy, was I in for it. This was definitely a treat.
You mean?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No. As someone who does not watch anime often, what did you think?
What do you mean overall? Going into it?
Going into it, and then I guess like overall. And then we could kind of get into like how the story's structured and spoilers and stuff.
Going into it, I was just like, I don't know what the hell is gonna happen, but it just seems like a very cheesy like boy likes girl type movie.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it and then watching it, I was just like, this was so stupid. It's so stupid. There's something I really want to talk about, but I want to wait till we get into spoiler talks because I think like it happened so early, and I was like, this is going to affect how I think about this entire movie.
All right.
And I think you might know what it is.
I might have definitely known before the sake. I don't think I know too much now.
That's fine. We'll get into it.
But for me, uh, visuals. I love the visuals. Yeah, the story wasn't uh, like the most like crazy thing. Makoto Shinkai stuff really isn't. Um, it kind of, at least for me, kind of like the Ghibli movies, it taps more spirituality kind of thing, which spirituality, I think it hit pretty well. Kind of that kind of sentiment, but I I can agree that this wasn't like. I feel like his movies are getting better, in a
Let's hope
way,
so.
but
I mean, I don't know. This
I,
movie's
I
from 2019, though. What, are you
huh?
saying like the other ones are worse?
No, I'm not saying the other. Okay, so the and I'll explain this a little bit in a minute, but like the thing with a lot of Makoto Shinkai's earlier stuff is the ending wasn't as satisfying as people would want it to be. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that kind of
So it
thing.
sounds like you and me may have some differing views about this movie.
Um, there are I that being said, for me there are a lot of high points to this,
Okay.
which we can go over in a minute. Some of my high points also have kind of heavy spoiler stuff to it, so I'm gonna save that for the spoiler talk.
Yeah. Yeah. People, please watch this movie.
Yes,
For
please.
good or bad, please watch it.
I
Keep us company.
I If you're looking for something beautiful to watch, definitely watch this. If you're trying to find like the most compelling story, this ain't it, Chief.
All right. So let's go into is what do you want to go into first for yourself?
What do you mean, like spoilers?
What do you want to go into now? Like, do you want to go into spoilers? Do you want to go more into what?
I'm gonna let's give a quick synopsis, really quick. So I guess without getting too, actually, let me pull up the synopsis here. Maybe that'll. All right. Set during a period of exceptionally rainy weather, high school boy Hodaka, I'm not gonna pronounce his last name right now, runs away from his troubled rural home to Tokyo and befriends an orphan girl who can manipulate the weather. So that's
Oh,
the
well, that's as vague as we can get. But yeah,
yes.
sure. But I think talking any more further would
Holy
definitely
crap!
be.
Riz Ahmed is in this.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go into that a little bit later.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
even
sure.
notice. Sorry. No, go on. Sorry for you could do your part.
Well, fuck it. We'll just talk about that then. Yeah, I I looked up who was in this, and I was like, yeah, Riz Ahmed. He plays the police chief. I guess the detective.
Oh, the one with like the
The one with like the sort of like the fucking like
the
burrito
JoJo
looking
hair.
Yeah, yeah, the JoJo hair for sure. And Alison Brie was also in this.
Alison Brie. Who's that again?
Once you see her face, you'll know for sure.
Hold on, I have her pulled up here. I gotta see what other. Her face looks familiar. Okay, I remember now. Okay, yeah.
She played
The niece.
yeah, the niece cousin or whatever. What was it?
Yeah. So, sorry about that. What else did you want to bring up before we got into the spoilers?
No, I think that's the only major thing I really wanted to talk about before that. I don't think there was anything
Oh,
else.
actually, really quick, what did you think of the dub? Like, do you think it was well done?
That was okay. Yeah, yeah, sure. It was fine.
All right.
Fine. There wasn't anything that was seemed too awkward about it.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch this in the dub. Everyone, those did you?
Yes, I mean HBO Max. That's the only thing you could do is dub.
Mm.
All right. So, anywho. Now it's time for spoilers.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, can I just say? So go into spoiler talks. We're putting up banners and shit, but you guys should have watched it. You had a fucking month.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the second they had McDonald's there, I laughed my fucking ass off, and I could not take this movie serious anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that shit
So
ruined it for me. This is
so
the scene. Yeah, go ahead.
um actually, you go ahead. You go ahead with your part, and then I'll hop
Oh
in.
man, so this happens if you guys remember, like about like 10, 12 minutes in, like what Hodoka's in like a Hodoka's been struggling to like find work or anything because he doesn't have an ID and he's a runaway, and also he's like 15, 16 years old, so he's barely making money, and he goes to like McDonald's of all places. I'm just like, all right, just clear advertisement. Like
Mhm.
clearly, they're like, we're not gonna hide anything. We're making money off of this. Hopefully. The girl, what was her name? Hina.
Yeah.
Hina just drops him a Big Mac. That Big Mac looks absolutely delicious, by the way. And it
Mhm.
just stares at it for like a solid like few seconds, and I'm like, and I just stare. I got so pissed. I'm like, did Jose make us watch a fucking like ad for McDonald's that's an hour and an hour or something long? So
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like after that, I just could not take the movie serious
Okay.
myself. Uh, are you gonna be pulling something up?
Yes, I am. Hold on. So the thing with Makoto Shinkai films, is that he likes to, well, one thing he does is like draw realistic landscapes. Like, yes, realistic looking, but also like realistic sayings on it as well, right?
Sure.
So the McDonald's, that's a real place you can go to.
I'm sure. I've been to McDonald's before.
No, 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 no. I mean that specific McDonald's. Hold
Okay.
on. I actually, hold on. I actually found the picture of it right here. Hold on. Let me go. Let me pull up the Weathering with You McDonald's. Just so you can have a side by side here. Oop, where is it? Okay, so here's the Weathering with You one. And then here's the other one here. You
Oh,
see?
that's cool as hell. Yeah, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I get it. It took you out of it because you weren't expecting that. Because a lot of the times, like, people like take away the advertisements or like they change the names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, you don't go somewhere realistic. It's just, like this would have just been like a burger place, just
Yes.
normal in the
But in
movie. Yeah.
Makoto's Shinkai stuff, he literally draws the place. Like, here's another screenshot here.
Yeah.
So like, it maybe next time you watch it, or maybe the next film that he comes out with, maybe that won't take you out of it so much because you're expecting it. You know, if that makes
I
sense.
expect reality. Yeah.
Yes. So, I think because you were expecting a cartoon, you were expecting to see McDonald's, but like it.
I wasn't expecting an ad. I wasn't expecting like a 2-minute ad for McDonald's in the middle of this movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe they did pay for an
Yeah,
ad,
like they like
but
the way they showed the Big Mac alone. It was
yeah.
too it was midnight, and I was like, I am starving right now. That shit looks delicious.
I thought the same
But
time. I was like, damn, I could go for a Big Mac right now.
yeah,
But he does that with a whole bunch of his stuff. But so for all right. So if you didn't watch Your Name, so you wouldn't have picked
of
up
course.
on this
Host,
when you
why did I
saw
not
it,
watch Your Name? Remind everyone again.
because you're a fuck boy. That's why. All right. So let me. So these two characters, do you remember them at all?
No.
All right. So the guy on your left, his name's Taki. He is the grandson of the old lady that requested a sunny day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now I remember.
All
Yes.
right, and then when I forgot Hani, or I can't remember the boy's name in this one. When he was out,
Hodaka.
Hodaka, thank you. When he was buying the jewelry, you
Oh,
had
this
this
was the
girl.
lady that helped him. That helped him
Hmm.
pick out the jewelry. Yes, that was with him for like 3 hours or something.
Yes. So these two are the main characters from his last movie,
What? Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I thought that the movies were connected, like in the same universe, right? Because the way and I'm gonna spoil your name for this, so if you don't want to spoil your name, just skip a couple minutes up ahead for this, or just actually don't stop watching. Just skip a
Well,
couple minutes up.
maybe we'll put
Anywho,
an indicator or something.
right.
People.
So these two, at the end of your name, they're like well, let me see if I can find your name
These
ending.
two are the main guys. The
Yes.
main people in your name. Okay.
Yes. So when they meet at the like Taki, he's a grown up. They're both grown ups, and whatchamacallit. Actually, here's the image of the ending of your name, right? Right here, right?
Yeah.
So they meet together and they fall in love or whatever, right? So that's the end of that. But
Spoilers.
yeah. But there's actually a few years supposed to be in between these shots that we're seeing now and the end of your name, right? Because Taki looks like he's finishing high school, not in college, or in college, about to get a real job, whatever. And as you saw in that last picture, everything was sunny and not raining, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in Weathering with You, it continues to rain forever,
Yeah.
right? So that's how you can tell they're in separate universes, if that makes sense.
Oh
Because
yeah, I
of
was
that.
gonna say, I was like, they have to be in separate universes.
Yes,
The whole ending to this movie, I would imagine, screws over any other movie.
Yes.
Essentially.
yes. But, like, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, they're in this movie. They're connected. And then when the ending came out, I was like, but wait, when do they meet? Did they meet before the rain? Because I don't think so, because they were still like it had me thinking about the last movie. Come to find out, they're on different timelines. So there's that. But I like that nod. There's also other characters from his movies in this movie, so I just found that as a nice tip of the hat to someone who watched. But you wouldn't have noticed that because you didn't watch any of his other
'Cause I'm a
movies.
fuck boy. Yes,
Yes.
we made this clear. Yeah. Anything else you want to go into, spoiler wise? I know.
I mean, I think I kind of
You
just
want to keep
spoiled the
going
end of
into
the
the
movie.
story? Oh yeah. Okay. So. I mean,
Basically, at the end of the movie, it keeps raining and raining and raining and raining.
Yeah.
And
both. One of the characters makes a decision that forces, essentially screws the whole fucking world.
yeah.
Or at least
So this boy literally made a choice with his penis to displace millions of people from their
Dude,
homes.
for fucking real, this man's so damn horny at like 15, 16 that he's just like, fuck everyone.
I'm gonna displace
People are
millions
gonna
of
die.
people. You remember that old lady from before? I made her move into an apartment now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. even the cat that I founded fucking doesn't like me that much anymore.
But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know about you, but
Oh man, I wish I could say the same. I'm sorry, I wasn't a big fan of this, to be honest, myself. You know, I think it was just trying to be realistic, but also I couldn't accept the world that it was creating. Where I was just like, you are trying to do realistic stuff with like the whole scenery and the McDonald's and whatnot, but you're also creating such like this weird world, and I just feel like I can't be a part of it because you're trying to be realistic and do something different at the same time.
right, I feel that.
And maybe in another movie or something you could call me out and call me a hypocrite for, but for this one in particular, I just couldn't separate myself. and I
Yeah, yeah.
just felt like the whole premise was a little silly as well.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. At some points, it did feel silly.
Yeah,
I did
cause
kind of like the like Shinto connection to it though, like where they were connecting it with the dragon and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I like that kind of stuff, but yeah, I could definitely see that.
Cause cause they never really explained what Hina's could do exactly. Cause it's like she can control. She forces the rain to keep going,
No, she doesn't
but
force the rain to keep going. It's that she forces the rain to stop, and
hmm.
that
But then why does it keep going then?
what do you mean?
Like
Be-
why does it keep raining?
so it's like every time she stops it, she uses up a little bit of her life force
Yeah,
essentially.
I get that. Yeah.
So it keeps going because she only has really the power to stop it.
Hmm.
And as long as she whatchamacallit, as long as she is still alive, it will keep raining.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that. But what exactly is it about her? Like, why does she need to be dead versus alive?
It's because of that whole Shinto thing where it's like the maiden and the dragon, or the whole story that we got there, that
But
dialogue
then,
dump.
but then the weird thing is too, like, how was she able to strike the rain to cause the lightning? I remember when
Oh,
Hodoka gets pinned down by the cops, and she gets so upset that she brings down lightning.
I don't think she was like trying to do that.
Well, obviously no, but her emotions caught up to that point where she caused that.
I don't know,
She was in such distress that that happened.
homie. I didn't make the movie,
I
man.
get that, but that's still stuff that I need to call out. You know, that's still stuff I'm like I can't let that slide because I don't get it. And if I'm not getting it by the end of the movie or need like if multiple rewatches won't help me, then I'm like, all right, what we gonna do about this? You know? Uh, I really liked. I really liked all the characters. I feel like I feel like I liked every character more than the main two. You feel me?
What do you mean?
Like, other than Hodaka and Hina, they were both fine. Everyone around them, I feel like I liked 5 times more. The little
Okay.
brother, the father figure.
All right, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
What is it though? So overall, what would you say you give this movie?
Okay.
Or do you think I'm getting too ahead of ourselves here? Because we
Uh.
still got to pick the next month.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. You go first. I'm still thinking. I'm still judging it on top of my head, and I just don't know. Honestly,
So
I'm juggling numbers essentially.
so I'm gonna probably go with a 7 on this one. Like, it's not something that's like compelling, right?
Yeah.
But it's something I do enjoy. Kind of like the Bee Gees movie before and the Shoplifters movie that I also gave 7s. Like, it's not anything that excuse me, that was like super compelling, but it was an enjoyable watch.
Man, I wish I could feel the same as you. Um, I think I'm gonna give this a. I think I'm gonna give. I'm feeling a hard 4.
Yo, I already had my finger on it. I knew.
Yeah, I know. Uh, I was between like a 4 and 5 like this whole entire week till this recording, and I'm just like I'm sorry. Like I just felt so out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just could never get into the story. And I just thought it was too silly at points. So I couldn't get into it. I couldn't really like the characters enough. I didn't feel like I learned anything or they tried to teach me a lesson. Especially the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Hodaka at the end is just like fuck everything. I'm gonna I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna displace millions of people.
I just wanna be horny, alright? Damn.
All
So
right.
yeah.
So, I just did the randomizer for the next one, and you
Okay.
tell me if. Since I picked the last one, I'll let you're picking this one.
Sure.
It's comedy drama, or do you want me to roll again?
Comedy drama.
Because those are kind of conflicting themes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Those are two. What's the next one? What's the next word after that? Because that's too conflicting.
So we're keeping one.
Yeah, we'll keep the top one, which I guess would be comedy, right?
All right, it'll be comedy mindfuck.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that. Fuck it, re-roll it again. I don't know if there's any comedy mindfucks out there.
Ooh.
Can you show me this list you got?
Oh, sorry. This one we're on 60s horror.
60s. Oh, okay.
Now that one sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it has some promise. So we'll get back to you guys.
Old-fashioned.
We'll get back to you guys on a 60s horror movie that we can all watch together.
Yes.
For now, you guys take it easy. Come find us at our LinkedIn. Oh, hold on. Wait an hour to restart, please.
Not LinkedIn, hose. You're through.
Oh, Linktree. Check out our Linktree, not our LinkedIn. Boom. Linktree/name it TBD. You got our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Anchor, Discord, and our WordPress, even though we don't use that. But anywho. Take it easy, everyone. Have a good week, and see you on the next movie of the month.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Arigato gozaimasu.
What he said.